Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, it is your Friday KVJ After the Show podcast. Got a weekend coming up here. Looking forward to it. You know, we're only just like another week away from Thanksgiving break. I know in Palm Beach County, I think the school has out the entire week. So
what are we doing? We gonna take a couple days off?
Yeah, we kind of mirror the school on that. So blame the damn school district when we're out here.
I've officially signed a contract to have Thanksgiving at some point with the Sinickies.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
signed a contract.
We got the bird.
You guys signed the bird,
Wow.
Okay.
That's big.
and I'm gonna put a couple menu orders in.
You can make requests because you and my husband like all the same stuff.
She knows how to throw a party. Her and my
yeah,
buddy,
she does.
buddy Bigfoot.
Okay.
He's the one that helps with all the lights at my party.
he's great at that,
He's just
yeah.
some people have a knack
Yeah.
with that shit.
Good entertainers. Yep, they can throw a shindig.
Virginia can, man. I remember the one time I didn't even want to party. I was so hungover from the night before, and I think it was Magnolia's party. So I'm thinking, it's gonna be not that. Man, talk about hair of the dog. I got real fucked up at Magnolia.
Yeah, getting fucked up with teens.
No, they had their own section. I was not getting fucked up with teens. It sounds terrible.
That's not terrible.
Well, our good friend Jay let us know what's up with the school calendar, because I have made that comment before that it'd be a lot easier because we deal with I don't know how many different school districts that listen to the KVJ show, but it's just kind of odd when everybody's on a different schedule and doing different things. I'm like, can we all just get this coordinated? I do understand that it would be difficult, and apparently there's a lot that goes into it. And I didn't realize this. Jay was saying that when it comes to Veterans Day, you have Martin County that does not have school today, but Palm Beach County does. A big part of that has to do with the election year. So it said we'd had Veterans Day off in 2021, have it off in 2023, but not in 2020 or 2022 because of elections. So they do that because a lot of the schools in Palm Beach County are used as polling places, so that affects that. And then, you got to take into account everything else. You're trying to get in enough days and end the first semester before the winter break, and there's a whole bunch of factors. Keep in mind, in Palm Beach County, you got a lot of Jewish families.
Yep.
And so you got to take into account the Jewish holidays that you got to try to wrangle in there. And so there's just a lot of factors that kind of makes it a little bit different because, the counties do have different scenarios and situations happening.
Jewish holidays, you know what that means?
Oh.
Noodle pudding from Suits' mom.
I gotta tell you, noodle pudding is in my top 3 of the best things I put in my mouth
He's ready to convert.
in 2022. You're right, man. I'm already a shitty Italian. Let me go ahead and try something different.
Let me be a shitty Jewish guy, too.
Yeah, why not?
It was so good. Suits' mom brought the heat with
She did.
that noodle pudding.
He said that she actually cooked it a few times. She made it the first time. She wasn't happy, so she scrapped the whole thing and started over just to make it perfect for you.
That was the gift that kept giving. She made me so much noodle pie.
Pudding.
Sorry, noodle pie could be awesome too.
Noodle pie could be great too.
Let's explore that. I gave it to other people as well. We broke pie together, or pudding together, I should say.
Are you okay?
No.
It is going off the rail.
Whatever. This is me, baby. You gotta love me for me.
Got an email here from Cynthia. She said, I'm a lover of food and cooking, and like Virginia, I get so pissed at the prices at the grocery store. I used to love grocery shopping, browsing
too.
and getting ideas for new dishes, and not only do the prices suck, but when I see this, I'm baffled. Who is in charge of this? You're going to hike the prices up and not monitor your product? Come on, people. Yeah, it is tough. I do see that, with the prices, they say in many instances, turkeys are up 73%.
Damn.
And other Thanksgiving favorites are up 15%. And they're saying with that, it may actually be cheaper to eat at a restaurant or get takeout for Thanksgiving this year.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going balls to the wall like the Sinickies, it might be cheaper to go out because y'all are going to bring, and I'm hearing rumblings of a possible rump roast.
Yeah, Jay Bird put in a request for a rump roast.
Not even for me. It's for Panda because I think he would enjoy it. I don't like rump roast, but I think Panda would really get Thanksgiving enjoyment out of that.
I think you're right. Panda loves a slow simmered beef.
You a roast guy, Kev? Can you eat that on keto?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm all about that as well.
You'd probably fuck up some pot roast.
Yeah, I'd eat it.
That was such a non.
Kevin eats for nourishment.
He does. He's like my dad.
Yeah, he's not really over here like eating for pure pleasure and ecstasy.
Gorging myself. And
My dad was so. Everyone in my house was all about eating. And my dad was not, but the older my dad got, I have noticed that motherfucker likes some baked goods.
Okay.
He does. He likes to eat some sweets.
You brought him to the dark side?
In his older age, that motherfucker's always got a pie in his hand.
Bert's so happy he's won him over.
I have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just bad, unfortunately. What's going on here today? Cynthia said, I also saw an article today that the average family will not be able to afford a big traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, they are saying that, a lot of people are having to cut back a little bit. In fact, part of the numbers, 88% of people say they plan to eliminate at least one dish from Thanksgiving dinner to save money. And so now a lot of people are having that family discussion or argument about, okay, what dish goes?
Green bean casserole.
Fuck that casserole, man.
I'm sorry. It is the least consumed.
Nope, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My passion took over. Go ahead. Talk about it.
Tell me, noodle pudding, what?
Cranberry bullshit. Cranberry sauce, all that horse shit is just horse shit.
If I eliminate the cranberry, Panda would be so sad. Panda,
He likes that.
He likes that one that goes...
Oh. You don't fuck around with that cranberry sauce, do you?
No, that's not my thing. I mean, first of all, I think you guys know my feelings on Thanksgiving food. So
I just Googled Thanksgiving items, and you got the roast turkey, the mashed potatoes, the green bean casserole, the gravy, the cranberry sauce, the classic stuffing, the sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. You feeling that?
I do that every year, and damn it, don't I burn it every damn year. One year, I had it on the broiler, and I went to go answer the door. Justin was at the front door, and my sweet potato casserole caught on fire.
Do you get down with that? Does that tickle your fancy?
I'm okay with it. I didn't used to because the texture's kind of odd. It was one of those foods. It was on that list I was reading earlier from BuzzFeed about the American foods that foreigners find gross. And they put that on there like, what is that? And it does look, I guess when you think about it.
It looks like baby food.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
You know what was surprisingly good? One year, someone made butternut squash soup.
Yeah, that's in the same family.
They loaded it up with cinnamon and all kind of shit, and it tasted good. And I'm like, butternut? Fuck that.
Jay Cashmere's mother makes the most amazing butternut squash soup I've ever had. His mom and sister cooked a batch up.
But let me ask you this, Kev. If you are getting so excited just because of the butternut squash soup, is that really a good holiday? If I'm going ape shit because of the soup.
You're talking about it now. You like to get your nuts buttered.
I do.
Okay. He's not going to fight it. Mm-hmm. Heads up. One text from the 954 said that Publix has turkey at 49 cents a pound.
What?
Sliced turkey?
Okay. I don't know. That's their claim.
No, sliced turkey's like $8 a pound.
It is. Sliced, I will say though, sliced cheese, get it from the deli instead of the package. You're going to save a couple bucks. That's Jay Bird's little helpful hint.
If Publix has turkey that cheap, let's go buy it today.
You're calling bullshit, aren't you?
That's like less than half the advertised price of the national turkey price per pound.
Yeah.
We've been watching it.
Feels like it. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of an issue with some of the prices that are up there. And I did see this too. Wallet Hub, they went and they crunched the Consumer Price Index data to determine the metropolitan areas in the U.S. where inflation is rising the most. And unfortunately, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach is number 2 in the country behind Phoenix.
I can tell every time I buy pickles, we're hurting.
Yeah, it's increasing just over 10%, 10.10%, and inflation elsewhere gone up 9.1. So
I can't believe how much pickles are. Pickles are an expensive thing. I'm not talking about shit pickles, because they have the
Shickles.
You know the shit
Shickles.
You know the shit pickles I'm talking about. The ones that are on the inside, on the
brown and turdy.
They got the good ones in the you know
The Vlasic.
the half refrigerator area.
You want the chilled pickle.
The chilled pickles are expensive as fuck, man.
They are.
Marky Mark's got some balls on him. $8.50 for pickles.
Wahlburgers got meat and pickles.
They do, and it must be selling if you sell $8.50 a jar, and they're always almost out of stock. They got to be selling, right?
They gotta be. It's that celebrity endorsement. You see his little mug on the pickle, you're like, okay, I gotta try this.
They're not that good. They're overrated. People are buying those pickles because of his abs. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, his abs are selling pickles, not the pickles.
Wow. Okay.
All right, well, he'll get them once. He won't get them twice then. Because if the pickle don't hold up, you're not going to go back for more. You buy it for the novelty.
I talk a lot of shit about his pickles, and I don't get any pushback from anybody. That means
Really?
it's a problem. I get pushback on everything.
He's got shickles?
He's got shitcoals. Yeah, he does.
We also had Jaybird licking on some tripe today.
Oh.
And we were talking about how it's in a lot of Spanish food, but then, so many people were commenting from, different places. I think we had Haitians, Jamaicans, and everybody else. And Joanne said, yeah, tripe is also an Italian thing. My mother loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I didn't eat it. I licked it. I tasted enough to know if I was into it. It wasn't the worst thing. It felt very, very vagina-like.
That's not usually a good thing.
I don't have to pull my words here. We're on the podcast.
Well, if that's how you handle a vagina, ladies,
Oh, yeah.
just look for the werewolf. You know where he lives.
That's right.
I mean, he was going to town.
Yeah, it was.
I had no idea what the fuck was going on. That could have been an anus for all I know. A sea urchin anus. I'm like, all right.
Fish anus. That'll be next week.
And I got an email from Beth. She said, Chicagoan here. Real Chicago pizza is not the thick crust. Real Chicago pizza is a thin crust, tavern cut style with a sweet fennel sausage.
Ugh.
So it's thin?
Yeah, every time we talk about it, they go, you guys are saying it wrong. It's not the thick stuff. That's what the tourists get.
Well, I love your tourist pie.
And she said, I don't think this was written correctly. It says, who knows it's horrible. The only places to eat the fish.
Uno's. Maybe Uno's is horrible.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so Uno's. Oh, yeah, because I did mention Uno's.
You did, yeah.
The only places to eat the fish in the city of Chicago are Lou, Malnati's, and Pequot's. But I think she meant the dish. I guess, I don't know. But anyway.
If you want to make people really lose their shit, post a picture of an upside down pizza. It's where they put the cheese on the bottom and the sauce on top. It's very delicious. Joseph's Classic Market does it, a very good one.
What do they call it? Just upside down pizza?
Upside down pizza, and I put it up on social media, and holy shit, people last night, this is fucking terrible. No cheese on the pizza bird. Like, it's underneath the sauce. Motherfucker, read the post. People get so mad. I put up a really shitty pizza on purpose on our Instagram. It was a frozen pizza. It wasn't cooked all the way. It was a tombstone. I go, what do you guys think? Rate this pizza. People lost their mind. This is fucking horrible. Why would you post this?
You are a shitty Italian.
I don't know. Sometimes you undercook a pizza and make it a little bit wet, sloppy,
slimy. I don't like it undercooked.
You don't like frozen pizza. You're a fucking pizza snob.
I don't like frozen pizza.
I know.
I like fresh pie.
Fat Kevin, did you like a frozen pizza back in the day?
Oh, yeah, I ate the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I would get a lot of the Red Baron. They had the personal little French bread style.
Stouffer's does that now as well.
Yeah. I ate a ton of those.
I just got a ton of them for my brother.
Did you?
Love Stouffer's French bread, the 3-meat kind. They are not BOGO, by the way.
Oh, they're expensive.
Stouffer's, man, they
Everything
kick you in the dick.
Everything went up. Frozen fruit is not exempt. Everything went up $1 to $2.
Oh, easily. The family style cheese enchiladas from Stouffer's, that was my cut. It had to have gone up $6.
Grocery shopping just pisses me off now. I get so upset.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of feel that way because it is not cheap. Price of everything is up right now for the most part. I got this email from Jonathan talking about how FTX Arena might be changing its name, even though they just signed, like a new 19-year deal or something like that.
That was quick.
Yeah, I saw it. It was on the national news this morning about the problems with FTX. It's a cryptocurrency. I think they were like a $32 billion company, and the guy who headed the company up was a guy who was always hobnobbing with all these people on Capitol Hill, and so he looked like he's well connected. Then you got Tom Brady and Giselle. They were both promoting it.
You can buy friends, guys.
And they had all these different things they'd spent money on. We're getting the name out all over the place. And he said, you had mentioned the FTX Arena on yesterday's show and how it might not be named FTX anymore. Yeah, unless they can regulate this, and it looks like they're reeling right now and trying to, because people are trying to get their money and they can't or weren't able to. And so, it's going to take some deft maneuvering or FTX might collapse. That's what they're worried about.
Damn.
And Jonathan said, I was working on the roof of the arena installing the lightning protection on the FTX sign, and other people on the roof working the FTX arena sign on top of the roof said that it cost $12 million to install the sign.
Good Lord.
I installed the lighting protection all over the sign. So they were dropping... Like I said, somehow they had all this funding or whatever it was, valued at over $30 billion, and
they probably had a bunch of backers who believed in it and each put up a few mil.
Spending money like crazy, on everything they'd done. They gave a whole list of all the, endorsements that they had where they put in the FTX name.
Buying Tom Brady's friendship is not cheap.
Well, you know what? It sounds a lot like if you're old enough to remember in the 90s, the dot-coms, when they started coming out, and they were doing the same thing out of Silicon Valley. All these dot-com businesses were popping up, and I remember they were advertising all over the place, and then they just, the bubble imploded, and those big old dot-coms started to go under. The cryptocurrency feels a little bit like that. I mean, we'll see what happens, but who knows? In fact, they said there was a football player, and he took his whole salary in cryptocurrency and wound up losing over $200,000 for the season. So he made no money and lost $200,000.
Oh.
Odell Beckham Jr. He used to be an LSU
is
receiver.
What we call just fucked.
Played for the Rams, won a Super Bowl, and it cost him $200,000.
That's
damn.
Sometimes life. Then you hear a deal like a Bobby Bonilla sign where he still gets paid by the Mets, and he's been retired for 20 years.
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla Day, they call it.
Yeah. I won't go into the details, Virginia. I've already lost you and half of the...
I'm just looking to see, is Odell still playing?
Yeah, he's a free agent right now. He's trying to sign up, but I have a feeling he's probably not going to ask for his entire paycheck in cryptocurrency anymore.
Yeah, that's done. But please, somebody give him a contract so he can make that up.
Yeah, that'd make you sick.
Can't at least let him play 5 games to make up for the money?
He believed in crypto. Somebody sold it to him, and it just sucks that he put everything in crypto.
Well, you look at that. You've got Tom Brady, who's doing the commercials. He and Giselle, and you're like, okay, this has got to be great.
How much of Tom Brady's own personal money did he put in crypto?
I don't know.
Is he just doing the commercial and cashing the real check? Or was he taking payment in crypto?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out what Tom Brady's got cooking on the business side. I'd like to know because I know he's got the TB12.
He does, and that's a big, big operation.
That is a big deal. He's got that going on. He obviously had the FTX stuff. He's got an offer to, do the play-by-play. He's going to make more doing play-by-play than he ever made in his NFL career when he's done. So you're talking earlier in the dirt today about how Giselle just bought a $11.5 million mansion on the other side of Indian Creek Island from Tom Brady. They're going to be right there, so they're going to be neighbors. Her new home is in Surfside, and his is across the waterway of Indian Creek. But it looks nice, both of them. And freaking Tom Brady, I just saw today there was a game that happened last night, kind of an upset where the Falcons wound up losing. Guess who's in first place now in their division?
Tom Brady's team.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wow.
I told y'all, you can't sleep on this fuck. You can't. He's insane.
I like that. I saw that last night. I'm like, wait a minute. So if you look, I'm like, holy shit, look at
What?
that. The Buccaneers are in first place.
You can't let the door open at all. You
Yeah.
can't let if the door is open, there's a chance.
It's like his whole world was collapsing. His wife, they split. He can't win. It's just not going well for him. And then, look at that. Tom Brady's back on top again.
What?
Yeah, 4-5. They're 4-5, and they're in first place.
And it would be a Tom Brady type thing to do. Oh my gosh, they were 4-5. Nobody gave him a shot. Cue the montage of all the fucking people like you and Kevin. Oh, he's done. He's old.
Go right now. Save money is just put it all on the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl again. I mean, that's just where it's heading, right? I got an email from Emily. She said, I'm listening to last Friday's show, and I got something that I got an unusually strong opinion about. I cannot stand when somebody calls to play the No Name Movie Game, lectures Jaybird about how he plays, and then they are the absolute worst player in the history of the No Name Movie Game.
By the way, thank you.
Yeah. She said, from last Friday, Jaybird's giving fantastic clues, and his partner was an absolute dolt.
I love it. If the dolt's listening, she means it no harm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she means a little harm.
People always give me lectures.
That man should be banned from playing again. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's amazing. Thank you for the support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she was all upset. Got a recommendation here for you from Rhonda. Jaybird is absolutely going to love an FX Hulu show called Reservoir Dogs. Funny, not too gritty. Has mentions of Bigfoot. You all will, but especially Jaybird. Only half-hour shows, very entertaining. Reservation Dogs.
I love it. I'm looking to date another show right now. I'm looking.
You're okay.
Footloose and fancy free, ready to get into a show relationship.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm eyeballing the horizon. As soon as football's over, bam, jumping right back into it. There's a part of me, it's like, man, I'm ready to go. What I'm excited about, but I'm not going to watch it until after football season. Yellowstone is back on Sunday. They've got a 2-hour premiere Sunday night on Paramount Plus. I saw there's a couple places doing watch parties of that too.
Yes, I did see that.
So that is going to be a big deal. So I'm excited to kind of get that going.
The show I've been committed to, and I've watched every episode, and reluctantly, is the Andor, the Star Wars one on Disney Plus right now.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't like it. And every article I read is trying to tell me I'm a bad person for not liking this shitty show.
Really?
Yes.
That's the spin they have on
I
it?
want to like it. I do.
Yeah.
But fuck Disney.
I haven't
with the Star Wars. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Other than the Mandalorian, I haven't done any of the new things, and I'm not compelled. It just feels like there's a lot of not awesome in whatever you're gonna get. So,
Do you think if you love something, and are you a fan of something where if you had to take creative control of it, you feel like you could do right by it?
yeah, I don't know. I think you could come off and say that, and I think it's easier said than done.
That's what I wonder.
Yeah,
But
I think it truly is.
The Halloween franchise, what they did with that, they went such a weird, odd way. If you're a fan of that franchise, you're like, fuck you. What was this horse shit?
Yeah.
A real fan didn't really want that. Most of the fan, you'll get somebody that, I loved it.
I mean, writing is everything. Writing is everything, and you look at like what makes something successful, and you gotta have good actors and all that kind of stuff, and directors. But to me, it starts with writing. If you have a great script, you have a better chance of making something good. If you had to prioritize what's most important, it's got to be the writing. And
You could screw the pooch with a terrible, shitty ass storyline.
Well, Game of Thrones proves that to me, because you had one person writing it until the final season, and you can see the second they stopped using the primary writer's vision, it went to shit.
We always talk about the reason why we didn't like Game of Thrones. We felt like the last season was a betrayal of a lot of their characters.
Yeah.
They were acting different. They were acting weird. Something that they never acted like before. That's exactly what they did with Michael Myers. They made Michael Myers into a pussy. Just a weird, fucking odd.
Nah, I don't need that.
Shit. It was horse shit, Virginia.
No, sometimes, I know it's not necessarily realistic, but they're trying to make everybody that the heroes aren't all good, the bad people aren't all bad. And you know what? Sometimes I just like that. It makes it easier for you to get in and enjoy something. I get it. Maybe it's more realistic. It's more true to how humans truly are, but I don't think it makes a better production. When you have Darth Vader that is completely awful, and then you have Luke Skywalker who seems to be pretty good and looks like he's pristine and, you know, dressed in the lighter clothing, and Darth Vader in the darker clothing. It's light and darkness. It's just easier to get in and root.
Not everything needs a backstory.
Yeah.
I don't need to know all.
And not every person needs to be conflicted.
Yeah. Are you conflicted, Witch?
No, I'm not conflicted. I know that I hate Star Wars.
I meant just in life. I know you. I could tell we lost her. She's angrily typing over. Fuck these guys.
It's kind of interesting how they're perceived. I saw this today. They were talking about the top shows in the history of HBO, and this is from the Rotten Tomatoes rankings. The top shows from HBO include The Larry Sanders Show.
It's got to be up to the top 5, right?
It's number 1.
Yeah.
It's tied for number 1 because there's these shows all have a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, HBO shows.
Larry Sanders, and a lot of people don't know about this show. It's one of my all-time, if not my all-time favorite show. It's only 28 minutes long, 25 minutes long, and it's a lot of actors from the 90s playing themselves, but a version of themselves. So they'll be pompous or they'll be an asshole, them taking themselves really, really seriously. And Larry Sanders does the same thing as Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of what Gary Shandling had in his real life. He'd put that into his show. It's really a fantastic show, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah. Well, you're looking at Rotten Tomatoes. People love it. That, a Black Lady sketch show, Los Spookies, and The Defiant Ones all have a 100% rating.
Where's Curb Your Enthusiasm at? Does it have a rating on that?
I don't have the entire list. I just had the top and the bottom, and they said some of the shows you'd expect at the top, like The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, Veep, and The Wire, are not even in the top 20.
Not everyone loves The Sopranos, I've come to find.
I do. I love The Sopranos.
I love it too, but when I've watched it back 3 times now, there are some storylines that do drag a little bit. A lot of the love shit. No, it's not that I got these walls around the heart. You got this great mafia storyline going on, and now you've got 2 side characters struggling to fuck because they don't want no one to know. Nah, let's get back to so I get whacked.
Yeah, you want to get back to it. So yeah, do you put a lot on Rotten Tomatoes? I mean, is it pretty accurate, do you find?
Audience, I will always take the audience. I will never take a critic's score seriously ever because they're a fucking critic. It's like a food critic.
Yeah,
what I like, Virginia's not going to like. That doesn't make me any better or any worse.
Right.
Just different.
Just different.
I typically look at those as well. A lot of the shows that they have on the list, I don't even recognize. Like I said, they weren't the ones I just mentioned weren't in the top 20. The only one that I've seen that would be in the top 20, Barry, is got a 99%.
I got into the first season of that.
It was decent.
It was decent.
I would say it's decent. 99% is not the score I would give it.
There's another great one I always bring up. It's heavy. It's 6 Feet Under. It's a fantastic series on HBO. It'll make you think. I don't suggest watching it right after a loved one's passed away.
It's about a family that runs a funeral home.
I watched it right after my mom died, and it hit me kind of hard, but I almost kind of needed it too. It was a very weird ride, but I do recommend it. It'll fuck with your head in a good way, I think.
Okay. Of other HBO shows, I got Watchmen at number 18. That's got a 96%.
People love that thing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I did enjoy that as well. It was kind of an interesting little twist, and there's some good things to learn in that as well. Actually, The Wire is number 27. That's got a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Veep 29th with a 93% rating.
Those are all outstanding scores, though.
Veep, yeah, it really is. That's not bad at all. And I would say I would give Veep a 93. I love that. I thought it was a great show. The Sopranos is 35th with a 92% rating, and Game of Thrones is 49th with an 89%.
To me,
rating.
anything in the 80s above is most people are going to like it.
Yeah.
Although I've gotten away from even doing the audience score, I've found that there's some shitty movies I just like. Even if it's got a 45%, I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Why are you so silent, Virginia?
I never look at those ratings. I just watch what looks good in the trailer.
You're not going to watch a movie.
I don't look at Rotten Tomatoes score.
Do you even movie, bro?
I saw the Elvis movie in the theater.
Oh, she's gonna hold on to that one.
Yeah.
That's her new. You saw that in Top Gun too.
Top Gun. I saw Top Gun before you.
You did.
Look at you.
You claim to love Maverick.
I have put the Elvis movie on 3 different times, and I've gotten about 30 seconds in, and I go, I don't want to fucking watch this. Is it worth the ride?
I loved it.
It is good, okay.
But I love shitty movies.
I heard, no, the Nation has said that they liked it too.
I liked
Do I
it.
want to hear Elvis's story? I kind of already know it.
Yeah.
I get it. He shakes his hips.
I didn't know it. I didn't know a lot of the details, so I liked it.
Okay.
Some of these stories you've heard so many times,
Right, yeah. And then I just saw the new trailer for John Wick Chapter 4. It's going to be out March 23rd of next year. And it looks like John Wick. It's what you would expect. But the first John Wick I thought was amazing because it was a nice, concise storyline that had more of an emotional pull in there.
Revenge, baby.
Yeah. And it was good and it was done. And now all these movies are, and I still enjoy them.
But it's about money.
No, all it is synchronized death. That's all it is. It's just the way they move and all that stuff. And the action scenes, yeah, they're all fantastic, but
It's hard to keep sequels over and over and over again and make them good. And I'll tell you who did a good job with Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon has 4 solid movies in their franchise.
And the storylines were each unique and drove. Yeah, I felt like John Wick's, the storylines, each one after that weren't nearly as captivating. And the problem that I had with this trailer, I'll just say that from the third John Wick, there's somebody he really shouldn't like at all. And he's having a civil conversation with him in the trailer and for 4. I'm like,
You're like, wait a minute.
And that annoys you?
yes.
Yeah, I know.
If you hate somebody, you hate somebody.
Like to the point of complete deception and just this guy motherfucked you to the 10th degree and you're having a civil conversation with him in the trailer in 4. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
I hate when arch enemies team up to be friends and like,
Was
we're
it just a
boys now.
misunderstanding?
I
Is that
fucking
what
hate
happened?
it. I hate it, Kevin.
And that was the whole reason why I was so eager to tune into the next one. And okay, that wasn't a problem.
I'm not saying that those things in life can't happen where you have an enemy and you guys get, but you're right. You got people who've killed your relatives and killed it, and okay, we're gonna set our differences aside. We'll be boys for this. And then they become friends.
What's going on?
Shit, that.
Yeah. So you can go and see the trailer for John Wick 4, and like I said, it looks like more of the same. It's still good. I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it, but just it's not ever going to be the first. Well, this is for the visual, but I thought it was pretty good. Travis sent this in, and. Virginia, again, Rob Schneider was here in South Florida.
Oh, we
with
know.
His boy Adam Sandler, and she's got her problems, but I thought this was kind of funny. And it is visual, but you know what Aquaman looks like in the movie with his shirt off and how he looks.
Do I?
And 50 First Dates and what Rob Schneider's character looked like in that. Remember the guy, and he was swimming in the aquarium, and he was always kind of the goofy guy, and he had the one fake eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says... front of the Christmas tree, which is Aquaman, back of the Christmas tree, which was Rob Schneider's character from 50 First Dates, which does look like it's just a better, shinier looking version. You got that jacked up part of the tree in the back, and
yes, the balding part of the tree.
The balding part of the tree. The ornaments are cracked and don't look so good.
That's funny.
That is funny. That's good comedy there. Thank you very much for that. Travis. All right, got anything you ever want to shoot at us? A mail at kvjshow.com. Would appreciate it, would love it. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. If you missed the end of the regular show today, I wanted to let you know, if you only listen to the after the show, you might want to tune in Monday morning, right at about 8:10 or 8:15. We've got a very big announcement to make.
Huge.
Yes, about the KVJ show that I don't think anybody should miss.
It's about us, not the radio station.
So a big announcement having to do with KVJ that you don't want to miss Monday morning, right about 8:10, 8:15. So we'll talk to you in just a couple days. Have a good weekend.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.